On the bottom half, other side of the map, it's Dirty Docks. That's a super hot spot as well. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or so players here. And it's an early battle between Cobalt and Ethical. And Ethical's going to take the best of them with a quick pump shot.
Cobalt taken out early, game 1 of the grand finals. This man is so consistent at hitting the top charts in semis and opens. Unfortunately, though, not really finding his footing here.
Yeah, and they both did it well throughout the opens as well. So now it's about who is going to be the best of the best today when it actually matters. Of course, Thomas got the disadvantage, but he's playing with the aggro, trying to get into the box, trying to make it close quarter so he can win. Oh! And yes, that's why, hedging all of his bets on the big shot. And he did that with a gray charged shotgun.
Yeah, extra really on the back tail, and this is the reason no one really wants to contest P-God and why he has such an easy time at Holly. He will push you down to the ends of the earth, making sure you're not going to return, but Exter gets the receipt. He gets the slip and an address on exactly where P-God's going to be landing next game, winning the first fight. If you're here for a bit too long, people might be able to rotate right past you, and then after that, you're going to have a tough time if you don't have the timing right for your early game loot drops, but they're not going to be fighting just yet. Right on the north side is Joji versus his opponent in a box fight. A V, always the man interrupting people's rotations.
That's right. And let's not forget, this is game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. So it's just getting started. If you're tuning in with us, it's starting to get heated now. Players are starting to drop. Action is going down across the Fortnite world. And here it is. Joji looking to secure his points early in the competition. That's going to be a quick 5. And off he goes. I mean, that's a tough one for him too, though. Expending so much of his little bit of shield and mats that he had. Now it's going to be a matter of, can he play off the land? Such a scavenger loot route that he's going to have to make work somehow.
All right. Is it opposite day? Because the man Aviv, who usually has the elimination here at Triple Rock, on Young Calculator sometimes, I believe it's Joji who's qualified and at the spot now, though, at least at this moment, is taken out of the game. Now Joji, a box fighter who's really good at starting off fights fast and strong, is on the back end against Edgy in this one-on-one. Edgy has all the marbles in this fight right now. He's just on the chase, trying to get Joji down, and in midair, he gets that beam down. Joji's taken out.
That's how it is. This is that mid-game, that early game lead up here. Epic just trying to take big control of this bridge here. It's not something I actually see very often, the perspective of Epic Will so early. So still very interesting to see how he works without the mythic loot. On the other side, though, Avery versus Liquid Stretch. Liquid Stretch, 200 HP on defense. Avery tagged down to 28. So I can only assume that the low ground peaks were in his favor. Rocket shots coming in from a boat off in the distance. That's going to work against Avery this time around. That player looks like he doesn't want to stop. He's still in the water there. You can see him spinning back and forth on the map. Now the low ground peak, though. Stretch gets punished big by Avery. Who's going to win the exchange now? Rockets are coming in, and Stretch is closest to the RPG fire.
Stretch took a shot. Avery is looking to just get these wide angles down and land one charge shotgun. Missed 3 so far. Still is not able to wrap up the fight with Stretch. Stretch taking another shot all the way from across the way. I'm not sure who actually, it was Stretch who ends up taking Avery out. Jock is now in the fight. Zuki is landed down, taking out Stretch from the boat. What a messy fight on the edge of the entire Fortnite map.
EU2, NA0. Once again, EU steps up with the aggression. Castery against all odds onto Saf. My gosh, making things exciting here. But now it's Booga v Acorn in the pinch here. Booga forced to heal up on the other side. It's the FNCS champion. Is that Coop himself looking in, trying to get a piece of the action? Booga, though, with the big beams, he's jumping in aggressively. And the crash pad from up above catches Acorn on the way out the door, and that's going to be it for him.
Aerial dynamics unmatched. Booga just keeps up on all different axes of fire. Gets that shot down. First elimination of the game. Coop just watches by, taking everything into account. This has to be one of the most high-profile games I've ever seen. Some of the craziest engagements that you can really not find anywhere else. Vikura, the man who's so consistent at staying in competition, follows that pattern, flips it on over to Divine, who gets taken out in a blink of an instant. Circle that's here for Fortnite, and Storm Surge is active. 4 people need to go down. Crumble is moving through the circle as Surge is active. Very, very risky decision, but it's working out so far for him.
Definitely an interesting decision here, but I respect it. He's trying to go for center zone so he can get that favorable fourth. I mean, someone's been doing their homework on how to position up coming into zone number 3. If you see the opportunity, you take it. I mean, this is the time players are most likely to be passive as well, right? If they're already in the base. And just like that, Cast 3 tries to do the same and gets punished so bad by it. Everyone turtles on in and lands their shots. It's edgy class, Crumbler, Turts, Commandment. Just the perfect star way, like fire range right there. It's over.
I'm going to call that the council of center zone, because they're basically sitting like they're at a table. They're watching for any tags. And if you make a mistake like Castry did, regardless of what your ping is, you're going to be taken out. Council will decide who ends up moving into zone 2. We have some board members like Aspect sitting on the outer edges of that circle. A majority of the entire lobby is not inside the safe zone. 69 players left alive. I can only really count about 20 or 30 who are safe at the moment.
Aspect goes with a big snipe, and it's a body shot that's going to take out Crunchy there, who was having such a great day. And now get the brakes put on him really quickly here. He gets shut down. Is Aspect going all the way over there for some loot? Like, what do you really need right now that you have to cross? I'm assuming, I guess, the medium bullets and everything else. But my gosh, this is probably the longest run I've seen someone go for an impact pickup in the early game.
Yeah, I'll be looking fine right now. If you guys really haven't watched Fortnite before, especially competitively, it's less about getting all the loot that you want. At this point, you're kind of locked into the loot that you have. It's more about dealing damage wherever you can, expecting Storm Surge to be coming in. That mechanic's basically doing damage to you if you haven't done enough damage overall compared to everyone else in the server. So as soon as 5th zone locks in the half and half, if there's more than 50 people left alive, Surge will activate. If you haven't done enough damage, we'll start taking damage. A lot of players are just looking for tags around the entire map and zone right now. It's tricky though, because every time you open up, you might get shot yourself.
That is true. But now though, Daxter's got to make a big cross here. Snazy, I see flying across the sky. Great hunting rifle whiff right there. A quick whip shot. That's going to put some pause on some enemy pressure from behind. Nothing to worry about now as he's getting closer and closer to the zone here. There it is. Just to the south is going to be the major congestion. So many players have to cross their way up. And that's where the stacking is going to start happening. Let's not forget, that's a low river bend too. So it's natural low terrain here. So players all just muddied up down here. If half in, half out doesn't come down south, it's going to get weird. On the other side though, looks like Daxter has someone transfer over off in the distance as he's in a box fight here. We're jumping in with Unknown though. He's got control of these walls. He's on the other side of Daxter and crew. Still left in the game though, off in the distance here. I'm looking at Shark, Skittles, Booga, Flick, Commandment still alive, Class off in the distance as Unknown is just making work of Jamper here. And that's going to be his second Elam now, capping off his loot and finds a launch pad in the process. So such a major come up. Just look at that, Shia.
Yeah, the whole lobby right now. Flick is the one that we know has that shockwave loot. He's sitting somewhere near the center. So he's actually looking really good right now for this game. Commandment though, he was on that council of people who were in the middle of the zone looking really safe, looking really good. Has the crash pads too to be able to just push himself way forward into this end game. And he's safe right now, but he took a lot of damage from so many people around him. Durant goes over. Coop was below just before. Slacks is all the way up top. I don't think he's got to make it into the finals, his old dual partner, but he'll be able to light that torch and push it through.
You can see here 4 placement points already given out to the competitors now as we break into that top 50. As the players drop, the placement points will continue to be given out from this point forwards. Let's see how it's going to look here. That wide shot just giving you the big picture of what's going down here. Day still alive as well in this game. Bully still alive too. Daxor there. And the zone actually favored the heavy pack. So this is why you're seeing so many players standing right now. 46 remaining, which means that we might just see another Storm Surge breakthrough sometime soon here. 28 seconds for players to drop. We'll see. It's going to favor into Commandment. Commandment, with the crash pads as well, can decide when and where he wants to rotate. Right above him is Jelty, though.
Oh my, from what I'm watching right now, this could be anyone's game. The one thing you can notice just with your ears is that even with your eyes now, there's not too many people shooting out anywhere. It's because of what Monster pointed out. Everyone really has the zone on their side. They're waiting for it to start moving, and that's when the action will start. More shots now taken off across the map. People start to rain down percussion of fire from all sides, from all angles. Jelty gets landed on almost by Snazy. He just passes right by. People are still waiting in their cones before moving. Thomas HD, Inspire, Calc, big names on the same side of the map. Commandment, though, will be the one without a launch pad, looking for one to refresh. Down below is Crumble as well, that we're going to be watching. But on the wide, you can see on the left side of your screen, people are still waiting before they move. This could go down to the very last second of this 6th zone. Who is going to be the one to control this endgame lobby?
I don't know, but seeing Commandment play for height right now is pretty scary. As you can see, he's looking for any kind of picks off in the distance. He's going to get landed on, though, and now forced onto the defense. On the other side, though, Crumbler on 3 elims already, fighting in his low ground. As we hop back over, Commandment trying to make the cross here, giving you guys the big picture. He's still playing for height. He's trying to set himself up for the victory condition here, and that is high ground, as we all know, it the textbook way to bring home the last dub. Medkit is going to be popped now. This is where he's going to have to start finding his frags, find some elims, get that siphon going in his favor. Deciding there if he wants to throw out the crash pad for a second. This is it. Time to rotate. Once again, look, no one's on height for sure, though. They're all still playing super, super passive. Even Booga fully boxed up on height.
The maximum limit of players right now is 30, and it's staying at that limit. No more storm spurs, no more silliness. Everyone is absolutely serious at this end game, and no one's going down. Finally, one person does. It's Unknown Army taken out by Skittles. 29 now left. What a sticky lobby. It's so claustrophobic. There's nowhere to move. Everyone's just trying to survive. Degen is going for a breath of fresh air all the way up on height. 28 now. No one is going down, Monster. How is this possible? Another quick frag. Thomas takes out Slack's Commandment with a nice pick too. Zuki is waiting out, and Degen is still all the way uninterrupted. Assault, Chaz, Thomas, all are trying to go for height now. It's complete chaos. I can't track it.
We're seeing big frags unfold now. Both perspectives, Zuki and Commandment going crazy right now. You can see 3 eliminations for both of the Witch. And let's not forget, in a solo setting, this is a lot. These are a bunch of frags. This is a bunch of points. With every player that falls now, placement is being given out to everyone in the lobby. So they're quite literally gifting away points to everyone right now. Commandment showing you guys that Medkits can still work in the end game, fully healing up. And now he's back in the running like he never left. Tactical shotgun only ramps up in strength as we get later and later in the games, and we're gonna watch him put it to work just here shortly.
There's no way right now that there's about 17 to 18 people alive as the final zone is closing. One of the most stacked games. It's Degen that controls everything. Assault versus Booga on low ground. Commandment jumps into the same box. They're all having a box fight as Thomas HD scores up high trying to get things down. Zuki throws out Degen and lands a few air shots. Degen is all the way back in the zone now. Pass going down to Zuki's landing. Oh my goodness. Thomas HD is still up top in the zone. I believe that's the shockwave launcher. Commandment is running house down on low ground. He takes out Booga, Exor behind, and Degen on each side too. His final box. Can he make this happen? No!
Oh, there it is. He was taken out. And now we jump in with Zuki's perspectives. He's going to walk through Degen. Can he get another one? Yes, he is. He's going to follow up onto Exer. The big frags, the big eliminations. 3 players remaining. Skittles on the low ground. Crumbler cranking his way up top. Just trying to get a little bit of distance because Zuki is on fire right now. And he's walking through players. Will Skittles be next? Sure is. He's stepping out to the side. There's the siphon that he needed. The one big shot, and it's going to keep him in the running now. The low ground peaks. He just doesn't miss at all. Not when it matters. Crumbler now waiting, pause, trying to find an opportunity here because Zuki's on a whole different level here. The low ground peak Shyo, he's not missing at all. And another one for Zuki is going to connect onto Crumbler.
But to get first place in the first game definitely sets you up ahead of the rest. Zuki sitting in first place right there, not only with a victory royale, but with 8 eliminations, the most eliminations that we got to see in that game. But close behind him, it's none other than Commandment.